Welcome back to my channel. It's Miss Queenly Minded here, and I got a new video for y'all. I know it's been a minute since I've been here, but welcome. I'm happy to be back and be able to bring you guys some new content. Had a lot of things going on in my personal life and had to take a second and get things exactly where I want them to be, and they are. So what can I say? So first, before we get into the video, I just want to first give a thanks to all of you for tuning in. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please like, subscribe if anything that I say resonates with you, if it's a blessing to you, if you learn anything. Please show that love. And I would like for our relationship to be a reciprocal one. So please comment, give me your feedback. I'm totally open to anything that you have to say. Obviously, I want it to be positive because we all about them positive vibes, child. My goal here is to be as encouraging, uplifting, motivational, real as I can, and that's what I'm gonna always be. True and true, all the way through. So today, this video is called, and I'm sorry if I'm looking down, y'all, because I got some little notes that I wrote down for us today, because I want to make sure I stay on topic and don't just be rambling off somewhere to the left. But this video is entitled "The World Sees You as You See Yourself," and I kind of got this epiphany not too long ago because I was having a conversation with, a couple of my girlfriends. We get together every now and then and we just, check in and, sip our tea, throw shade, whatever the case may be. And, you know, my little group, they're in a new phase of their lives, and things are changing and responsibilities are changing. And sometimes you can get lost in life. You can get lost in your relationship, motherhood. You can get lost in your career, family obligations, your man. It could be a whole lot of things that will take you off of your square. You kind of lose yourself. And for those who may not have so much of those things going in their personal life, sometimes you get lost inside of yourself. You get lost in your insecurities. You get lost in, the insults that may have been said to you or about you, or, the need to be validated, the need for attention, the need to be chased, the need to be secure and protected. Sometimes because so many of us walk around with this spirit of lack, I don't have enough, especially in today's age with all the social media. I know quite a few people that said, what, I gotta back up off of Instagram and back up off of, social media, period, because I'm not doing enough. Or, they're looking at the beautiful life of so many other people and they start to feel inadequate. And my thing is, it's artificial. You don't know these people. You don't know if it's real, and most of the time it's probably not. Of course, people out there living their best lives, and it's a wonderful thing. But if it's bringing you down so much so that what other people are doing is consuming what you should be doing in your own life for your own self, it's distracting you from, you living your best life, and you doing the best for you. Oh yeah, now something that's supposed to be entertainment for you is now becoming toxic. So I get it, and it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with saying, you know what, this isn't good for me and I need to get off for a second. There's nothing wrong with that. But that kind of plays right into the world sees you how you see yourself. And I feel like, everybody wears a mask. You know what I mean? Every day. Nobody gets up. Well, I can say nobody. because you got some trifling people. But I mean, very few of us just get up out of bed and go outside as we are and live our life. You know, like that's, I don't think many of us are doing that, are we? But you don't, because you don't want people to look at you and think certain things about you. So you are going to wear and dress a certain way and speak a certain way and look a certain way because you want people to have a certain type of thought about you. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, we live in a superficial, unfortunately, society where you do have to be mindful of how you represent yourself. And you do have to be very conscious of what you are putting out into the world around you, because it is going to affect how you're treated. It is going to affect how you treat yourself. The way you carry yourself, the way you think about yourself, affects how you treat and feel about yourself. It's crazy. You know, how many of us have gotten our hair done, gotten our nails done? You know, so you got your lashes done, you got your eyebrows waxed, somebody got your teeth whitened, you got your makeup on. You would feel like, most of us feel like a totally new, different person. You feel so good because when you look in the mirror, you see something beautiful before you. So it changes your own perspective about yourself. Now all of a sudden, you know, you too good for McDonald's. We're going to Chick-fil-A today. You know, but that's the thing. It's so imperative that you see yourself, and that how you see yourself as straightly connects. I'm sorry. Straightly connects is parallel to how you want to be treated, especially in relationships. And that can be any relationship. That could be, of course, your romantic ones, but you know, your children. It could be your relationship with your family. It could be business related. You know, I actually did an experiment. This probably was years ago. Like in my maybe early mid 20s. Because me and my friends, we just talk. We just, you know, kikiing, you know, at the house or whatever. And you know what it was? I was talking about going natural. This was before, and I'm natural now. But I was like, I really just want to cut off all of my hair and, just go all the way natural. And, I got some backlash. Like, oh, all the way, you're going to cut all your hair off? Yeah, all of it. Boom, gone. Chop it up. I don't care. And, like, a lot of feedback was, what about your job? Will you be able to work? Or, what about when you want to go to this type of event? Like, that might not be presentable. And I was, my thing was, I'm me. Like, I'm good. I'm going to do what I want to do. But I'm not going to base the things I do for my own self-satisfaction off of if somebody else who doesn't pay my bills and doesn't protect me from anything and doesn't provide for me and isn't feeding me has to say about it. Because their opinion is going to come and it's going to go. And I'm going to still be here doing my thing and living my life, whether I listen to them or not. And I can't allow the opinion of someone outside of myself to dictate how I feel about myself. So I was like, you know what? But I listened. And I was still, still pretty young. And it did deter me a little bit. It did make me second guess myself. Like, you know what? Maybe it may not be as well received. Like maybe men might look at it and think a certain type of way about me. They might get a different judgment of my character or, my class or the kind of person I am simply because of this change. Or, like socially, it might have a certain effect on me. And, I decided, I'm just going to let my hair grow. Like, I'm not going to cut it. And it wasn't something like a couple of years later. I was like, you know what? I'm going to cut my hair. And I did. I cut it all off. Hey, boo-boo. This is my kitty cat. Hi, boo. Hey, girl. I I cut it all off. Cut it all off. And I was like, I was so happy. I felt so good when I cut my hair. I mean, I was just there rubbing my fingers through it. I was, looking at YouTube and all the different, natural hair girls. I was getting all kind of inspired. I was like, man, like, this is the business. I could just get up and take a shower, put a little oil and a little Eco Styler gel or whatever I was using at the time, and just going. And I loved it. Like, I mean, that super easy, convenience, low maintenance lifestyle of short hair, like, really did it for me. I was so hyped. And yeah, but that's the thing. You really can't concern yourself about the opinions of other people, because if you're not careful, their thoughts can become your thoughts. You know what I mean? Like, that energy can infect you and change the way you think about yourself, or deter you from doing something that you really wanted to do. That's why it's so important to really truly understand and love yourself. Having so much self-assurance in your abilities to be yourself that you'll need the approval, validation from anybody else. You know what I mean? Like self-esteem. We hear that all the time, like, oh, she has low self-esteem. Well, let's break that down. What really is low self-esteem? Like, what is it really? Well, high self-esteem, low self-esteem, and I was looking it up in the dictionary. I was like, you know what? I'm going to break these words down. And we're going to unpack this thing piece by piece. Because me, I'm a very literal person. Like, somebody, like, I always get cracked on because I am so literal. I look at, does it make sense? Can we relate? Like, how relatable is it? Because if it don't make sense to me, child, it's over my head. I ain't gonna pay it no attention if it doesn't make any sense. And when I looked up in the dictionary, all self-esteem is your confidence in your own self-worth, your abilities, and your self-respect. So, for you to have a high level of self-esteem, you have to have a high level of self-respect. What does that look like? What does it look like to have the highest level of respect for yourself? How do you treat yourself when you truly have the highest level of love and respect for yourself? How well do you take care of your body when you truly, fully giving yourself the highest level of honor, of respect for yourself? And your abilities, what is it that you do well and that you like to do? Are we developing those attributes about ourselves? Are we making sure that we are doing it and mastering it and doing it eloquently and greatly and so sure of ourselves that we do it with so much confidence because we know we get it? You're bad at that. Yes, you can feel good about yourself, but a lot of it really is practice. A lot of it really is effort. Say hi, Nala. Hi. Well, hi. Hey. I love you. Mwah. Well, we bought cookies today. And peace, peace. Peace, peace. Lipstick is the best skin. She's a diva, y'all. But, yeah, so self-esteem. Now, we all know, just based off that definition, we can pretty much realize that if you do not have high self-esteem, now what that looks like. So now that you know what it looks like, you envision that in your mind what the latter looks like. The person that has absolutely no respect for themselves whatsoever. They will allow themselves to be treated any kind of way by anybody. They'll be a doormat. They'll let themselves go. They won't take the best care of their body. They won't, stimulate their mind. They won't elevate themselves. They won't level themselves up year after year after year, phase after phase after phase of their life. They don't invest in themselves or anything that they have a genuine interest in. That's a big deal, especially in a relationship, because if the person that you're dealing with, if their self-esteem is higher than yours, you're automatically a doormat, because there's no way you guys can be on the same level and function in the same capacity and be able to coexist in the same household, same place, within that same relationship. Because if I'm a social butterfly and I like to go out, I like to get dolled up, I like to, party and enjoy myself and socialize, and you're more of like a hermit, you want to stay home, you don't want to deal with anybody, you're always concerned about how people are looking at you and perceiving you and judging you. And me, I don't care, because nobody validates me, but you are constantly seeking validation in other people. How are we gonna go anywhere? You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna work. You might as well find somebody that's just as insecure as you, so y'all can be insecure together. Why don't you take this? And that's a big deal. And I feel like even with that, like I was looking something up, and there was this term called I think it was advocacy, efficacy, or something like that. And it's this kind of theory, so to speak, from Albert Bandura. And he defines it as the belief in one's capabilities to organize and execute the cares of action required to manage prospective situations. In other words, what he's saying is the belief in yourself and your ability to succeed in any particular situation is what you should be aspiring to achieve. Almost like Maslow's self-actualization. You want to be so sure of yourself that it leaves no room for doubt. You want to know yourself so well and have invested in yourself so well and leveled yourself up so high that there's no room for insecurity, because you've taken the time to really love yourself. The same love you put into that car you love, or that child you love, or that man or woman that you love. Think about all the things you do for the people and the things that you really love. I've seen men love their dogs more than they love their children. I mean, they walk the dog every single day, and they feed the dog, and they take it to the group. They do all types of stuff for their dogs. And I've never seen that, and I haven't, especially one person in particular, and he hasn't done nowhere near that amount of effort for his child. That's what you really love, that dog. You know what I'm saying? Love is a action word. It's constantly moving. It's like money. Love is currency. It's constantly flowing. It doesn't end. It's going to move from one thing to the next, one place to the next, one person to the next, always. It is the life force energy. Negativity is too, but it moves at a different frequency with a different purpose and different result. We all know that. But love for self, true love for self, I mean, there's no stopping you when you really love yourself. When you really love yourself, people gravitate to you because it's so rare. You're gonna walk around smiling for no reason because you love yourself. You in love with your own mind. You love your body. You love your spot. You love your spirit. You know how bad you are. You know how fine you are. Can't nobody change your mind about those things. How can somebody mistreat you when you love yourself so much? When you set your standards, which you will and will not accept, you know it so clearly. Just like we have a new baby, for us women, or even fathers too. When that baby first comes into the world, you are doing everything you can to keep them from harm. You're doing everything you can to protect that baby. You're giving that baby anything and everything you can to make it happy and keep a smile on his face. When you think about that baby's future, you want to give them the absolute world. And that baby is just an extension of you. But that love you have is so unconditional, you couldn't fathom losing them. Especially if it was your own fault. And if you're a parent, it is your fault. No matter what. In your own mind, if anything happens to that child, it's my fault because I didn't do X, Y, and Z. Because you are their guardian. You are the guardian of their existence until they're able to exist on their own. Imagine that same level of love and protection for yourself. When somebody try to kiss your mouth. Shoot, moms get crazy when somebody try to kiss their baby mouth. Imagine if you wrote that for yourself. Or, you know, the food you eat, the places you frequent, the company you keep, your level of achievement. We want the best for our children. You want the best for yourself?